In 1984 and 85, I lived in Boise, Idaho, and it was the first time I remember ever seeing generic store brands. There was an entire aisle just of the generics, and when I say generics, I mean totally white boxes and cans with plain black text that said things like corn cereal or potted meat or kidney beans. No colors or mascots or clever names, just black text on white packaging. I don't think I need to tell you this, but it was fucking depressing looking, but also really fascinating, like a car crash on the interstate. I couldn't help but to stare at the long rows of just colorless products. Of course, the black and white labeling didn't last that long in grocery stores. Eventually, these chains realized they could sell more generic products with the bare minimum of graphic design, and so we get brands like 365 for Whole Foods, Great Value, Walmart, and Kirkland for Costco, just to name a few. And within those store brands, you get some delightful knockoffs. The most famous knockoffs, I think, are the Dr. Pepper alternates, like Dr. Fago, Dr. Wow, Mr. Pibb. Professor Flavor is a particularly good one, and so on and so on and so on. But because to start with Dr. Pepper is already a ludicrous name, so why not go after the generic version if you've got a stupid name like Dr. Zevia? And store brands aren't really that new because the history of capitalism shows us that anytime someone makes a popular product, whether it's Dr. Pepper, Corn Flakes, or Tide, people are going to jump in and try and make something that looks just like it. So take the 1989 B horror flick Intruder, which looks like a horror movie that got made and produced in the 1980s. It stars famous names of the era like Cox and Estevez, Elizabeth Cox and Renee Estevez. It's filled with brown-headed cute boys who wear plaid shirts with names like Randy, Dave, and Tim, and who otherwise cannot be told apart. And above all else, we get countless shots of the cereal aisle with popular brands like Frosted Flakes and Cheerios, but some lost legends like Apple Squares, Fruity Krispies, and something just called ice cream cones. Try to make a generic box out of that, Boise, Idaho. Hi, Cecil.
Hi, Jeffrey.
What's your favorite breakfast cereal?
Favorite breakfast cereal? Okay, well, there's like the daily workhorse. I
Mm.
really like puffed rice, and then I just put honey over top of it. Like and I get the generic brand because it's
Oh,
so flipping cheap. And it's just puffed rice.
yeah.
And then I
Why?
put it into it, I put it a big thing, and then I pour my own honey over top of it.
Oh,
But then
that's
if I'm feeling fancy, I do get some Lucky Charms.
puffed
Just
rice with
because
honey. That's some like Top Chef level stuff, Cecil.
it's so good. It's rice, milk, and honey.
That's healthy.
Yeah. I grew up in a house where it wasn't like one of those homes where we're like you can't eat sugar, but sugary cereal was on the no-go list, except for once a year when we were on vacation. We were allowed to get whatever sugary cereal we wanted, and it was always Lucky Charms for me.
Oh, that's really good. I don't really eat boxed cereal much anymore, but when I do, I'm always a big fan of all of the Special K flavors, like when they've got like dried strawberries in it, or like
Love that.
they've got ones now that are just like hunks of chocolate in with your with your
Oh,
Special K. I'm
okay.
like, okay, great. I will have chocolate bars with my cereal. That
Hmm.
sounds lovely. Well, Cecil, I failed to get us a guest once again, but I did find us a former burlesque dancer, a performance artist, and a therapist. I found us an Iris Explosion. Hi, Iris.
Hello. It's so nice to be here. Thank you so much for having this retired, semi-retired showgirl on the show.
So
Da
excited to
da
have
da
you.
da da. Wah da wah da da ba da. You still got the glitter in you, kid.
Thank you. That's very nice. I will say my apartment is significantly less glittery, but I still find a flake or two here and there because it just
It's
never
like
goes away.
no,
It never goes
those
away.
Yeah.
rhinestones never leave you.
It
What is
really,
the
they really
half-life of
don't.
glitter?
Oof, a million years.
I'm excited. You have a friend with you.
I do. This is my cat Kiwi.
Hey, Kiwi.
Oh, Kiwi looks
She
very well behaved too.
Hmm.
she looks it. We'll see how she does. She's my practice assistant during my work day. She likes to come curl up in my lap, but
Oh,
she can sometimes decide to do her own thing. And It's often the lap thing is often a hostage situation
Oh
more
yeah.
than anything else because
Yeah.
I know if I don't let her in my lap, she's going to make my life hell. So it's just
Hmm.
easier on all of us.
Easier just to keep her there as a paperweight, basically.
Hmm.
Keep you
I
from
mean,
blowing
a
away.
paperweight lap warmer. She is actually quite good at what she does.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's nice.
yeah.
Well, we brought you on to a random horror movie podcast, and what we gave you was Intruder from
Mm-hmm.
1989 because we rolled a B movie. Is what we rolled last week,
Yeah.
and I think we found a B movie, you guys.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we did.
You brought me in here with the for a silly one.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Now I do have to say, as soon as the credits started to roll, I was like, this feels like a horror movie.
Uh-huh.
Maybe it was just like the last couple of movies we had watched were very like on the tangential peripheries of horror versus this is like, oh, we're fully in the genre right now.
Yes.
Yep. A24 psychological. This was not. This
No.
was guts. This was some wet puppets.
Yep.
This
Yeah.
was, yeah, some actually kind of chaste smooching. I was expecting this one to be a little hornier than it was. Maybe there's more to say on that later, but
Right.
um,
Yeah, for an 80s film with a bunch of young people getting cut up in a grocery store, I really was surprised at the lack of horniness of this movie.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, this is this is like the Raimi Evil Dead crew,
Yes.
right? So it has like Sam Raimi. It's
Yeah.
directed by one of the co-writers of Evil Dead. And horniness is somewhat present, but you know what is definitely present in their movies is a lot of punching.
Yes.
Some truly amazing fight choreography.
I I really I was really taken by the fight choreography in this movie because it definitely they're always marking through the fights live on on camera.
Yep.
You can hear the metronome of every beat of like
Like
clack,
pow,
clack, clack, flip,
pow.
duck, grab, turn. You can almost hear somebody being like, rotate. Oh, it's so much fun. So much fun. And let's start at the beginning of this film. Like any good like low budget B movie, it's 87 minutes long, and 5 of those minutes are the opening credits, and 5 of those minutes are the closing credits.
Yep, that's it.
Honestly, movies these days are way too long. I'm
Yes.
so tired of the 2.5 hour epics. So like genuinely any movie that's 90 minutes is just like a refreshing, like cool breeze to me.
Uh-huh.
So it was like a delight. Like it's always a delight to look at a runtime of something and be like, ah, 90 minutes. Oh, that's it. Thank God. My back isn't going to start killing me in this movie theater or, at home on my ergonomic pillows.
As our friend Joseph Fink said before, he's like, I'm not opposed to a movie being over 90 minutes. I just think if it goes over that, they should fill out a form explaining why they need the extra minutes.
Yeah,
It would just
yes.
there just has to
Yeah.
be some procedure, some regulations on it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this movie is a bottle film. It takes place
Yeah.
entirely at the Walnut Lake Market in town, USA.
Testament to California.
And it is closing time at the Walnut Lake Market. And what we have here is we have our central character, our final girl in Jennifer, is a checkout. She's the cashier. We're seeing our final people closing up, and there's just talk between her and her cashier friend Linda about, oh, has Dave asked you out yet, Jennifer?
Oh my God.
But he's still dating that other girl? No, I think they broke up.
Yeah, I
Oh
think
my
he and
God.
Carrie broke up.
Hair flip.
I know, right? There's the old guy there being like, "Am I interrupting you, ladies?"
I
And
know, I
it's
love it.
like, yeah, it's great. And he like drops the stuff, and they're just being girls.
Uh-huh.
Just being girls. And
It's
that old
beautiful.
guy apparently was part of the Three Stooges.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's
What?
so
Yes.
funny.
We have some weird comedy legends in this movie. Mr. Abernathy's played by Neil Sitka, who is like one of the only people to have worked with like all of the Three Stooges over their many incarnations.
Wow.
Wow.
And
An
you can type
actual a stooge.
a
A
stooge.
legitimate stooge.
Well, one third of a stooge.
Yes.
Amazing.
But I love he has this kind of like, don't get kids in the
Yeah, I think I maybe made him way too New Yorky than he was in the movie. But
I, I feel that. I feel that energy though. Like
yeah,
the
yeah.
tone is absolutely
Oh
correct.
yeah.
Yeah. This movie has a lot of really fun kind of film school transitions, but I think really
Yes.
fun use of these film school transitions and
Mm-hmm.
shots. I think one of my favorite shots is this shot overhead of the whole supermarket as the lights are turning off is really nice. But this
Mm-hmm.
movie is definitely going to use a lot of transitional scenes for you to kind
Yes.
of misdirect you from what's happening, or there's a head about to get split open by a knife, but suddenly it's a watermelon splitting open in the produce
Yes.
department.
I actually have a tidbit of info about that. So
Uh-huh.
this
Ooh.
movie, it was shot over the course of 2 weeks at this very real grocery store, just when they closed. Um, and it was shot almost entirely on like film ends. So it was like the ends of unexposed film that they like could scrounge around and pick up. So that's why a lot of these shots are like super tiny, short, lots of like little short things that they then just edited together.
So they
Oh,
basically
interesting.
like quilted this movie.
Yes,
They like took scraps and knitted them all together into like
yes.
a beautiful gory quilt.
Mm-hmm. Oh
I
my
love
God.
I love
I
that.
now I really want a gory quilt. I want an actual quilt
Yeah.
with horror
Yeah.
movie themes. Etsy
Oh,
has got to
like
come through with me on that somewhere,
different like
somewhere.
movie posters, like also, oh my God, yes, you're
Or
onto
like body
something.
parts made out of like quilted fabric, like heads and
Yeah,
hands and feet and
yeah.
lungs and hearts. Gory quilts.
I was
Adding it
also
to my
like
to-do list.
watching this movie and being like, wow, this is so multi-layered, but not in sort of like the plot sense, but in like we're always looking through something, like we're looking
Yes.
through a shopping cart
Yeah.
Yes.
or through the like rotary of a phone or through like the popcorn they're sweeping up on the floor. Like
It's
there's just
really
always
creative.
something. Yeah, it was cool.
It is really fun. I think my favorite is when later in the movie when the killer is like looking through what seems to be a glass jar and like turning his head side
Yeah.
to side.
Yeah.
It just creates a really, really upsetting but really fascinating effect.
It reminded me of the
Yes.
big face from Tron,
Yeah.
like
Ooh.
the end of
Yeah.
Tron,
Uh-huh.
to keep it in the 80s.
Yes, thank
Sure.
you. Okay, so Jennifer in cleaning up the store, she gets she's closing out the cash register and then all of a sudden there's a fucking dude staring at her and he gets close and it's oh shit, this is the guy we saw out in the parking lot earlier like watching her as she was using putting the carts away, and we're like, uh-oh, this creepo. And then he approaches her and it's like, oh no, it's just her ex-boyfriend Craig.
Yes.
um
I will say, like, the very first shot of him in the parking lot where it's like, it's like, is this the killer? I'm like, this guy's hot.
yep.
He's
He's
kind
like
of hot.
very 80s. Like he's got the mullet, the leather
Hmm.
jacket. Like this
Yeah.
guy's like evil 80s hot.
Yes.
The unblinking stare is a little
Yeah.
off-putting though.
Yeah.
um
Also, I swear that they said his name was Craig Ferguson, and I was like, "You mean like the Scottish comedian?" And
uh-huh.
then I was like, "Wait, is it Craig? No, Craig Peterson." Okay,
Craig
gotcha.
Peterson.
Much less scary.
Well, Craig seems to be doing well. He's holding it together
Oh
really
yeah,
nicely.
he's great.
Hmm.
Craig,
Craig.
listen. Okay, so what is Craig's story, which we will get over the course of, 60 tortured minutes.
Hmm.
But like, let's sum it up here. What is Craig's story?
He is very mad at Jennifer for not talking to him. I wrote you letter after letter and you never replied. And it's like, it was never a good time. When is a good time, Jennifer? He's just so upset. And we will learn later that he was writing her letters because he was in prison. Because a
Oh,
year ago, she broke up with him at some bar. He got so mad that the bouncer had to come over to escort him out, and he murdered the bouncer and went to prison.
Manslaughtered.
Manslaughtered.
He
Yes.
manslaughtered that bouncer.
Yeah.
Now, as breakups go, that's a pretty bad one.
That's pretty
Yeah.
rough. Yeah.
I will say the scene where Jennifer is explaining this was one of my favorite shots in the movie where she's talking about Craig and then the camera pans over through this sort of like cage.
Yes.
And as she's now behind bars, she says, and he was in prison.
It's a think
Yeah.
piece, this one.
Yeah, it's like, oh wow, they're really saying something here. But really, they're all caged in this,
They
grocery
are.
store.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, we get all those shots of the lobsters in the tank too.
Mhm.
So they're, it's a
Yeah.
different type of caging of an animal of some sort. I mean, honestly, my favorite cutaway shot is it happens kind of early on when they think they feel somebody watching them and they turn and look, and it just shows a shot of a pro wrestling magazine
Yeah.
with
In
That's-
German? Question mark?
That's Sting
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's yes.
with Sting on the cover.
Wait, I know it says Sting, but that's the singer Sting.
Yes. I'm pretty sure.
Really? I just thought
I
it was
don't
like
think it was a pro wrestling. I think it's a TV guide.
Oh, his face was so painted up and he's got such a crazy look on his face that I'm like, this looks like one of those magazines at the checkout counter that's just like, what's happening in the world of WWE or whatever. Like, I don't know.
They've
Okay.
got stinged. You've been stinged.
I got
been
Stang.
stinged.
And it's like a cutaway like twice. So they're like, oh, it's just Sting.
Oh, it's just Sting.
Oh, you scared me, Sting.
But Craig makes such a big production out of this fight that Linda sounds the silent alarm on the register. So we cut to Danny and Bill, the co-owners of the store, back in the manager's office. Danny's like, those girls never use the alarm correctly. Bill's like, maybe I should check on them just in case. And he goes out there and starts a fight.
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 This is like this fight is amazing.
Yeah.
I like a
It's-
steadily paced fight.
It's really like punch, duck, kick, grab, punch,
Mhm.
punch, fall on the ground.
And
At
of course
about
you have
that
those
pace.
great like action movie kind of wallop sounds
Yes.
each time like a punch connects. Just so you know they're really, going for it.
And a 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2.
I also love how like just people start appearing out of nowhere in this fight. And
Mhm.
as you said in your intro, these boys all kind of look the same for
They
the
all
first
look
half
the
hour.
same.
Yes.
I was like, who am I looking at?
It's like
Yeah,
one
'cause
of them Sam Raimi.
yes.
He I can get.
Yes, he I could get. All these other boys.
And they don't have discernible personalities because, like Randy, who is played by Sam Raimi,
Mhm.
Randy, Tim, and Dave. Dave is the love interest of Jennifer.
Yes.
Tim is just a guy, but that
Tim is like horny dude.
yeah.
He's horny beer dude.
Yes.
And Bub is like blonde surfer bro, like California.
Uh-huh.
Kind of says some weird stuff, but you're like, oh, it's just Bub, man.
Very shaggy coated for
Yes.
Scooby-Doo, stoner. I did find the accent a little baffling.
It's kind of California.
Kind of, but like sort of European too, in a way.
I'm from Bern, California.
Copenhagen, Southern Cal.
Yeah.
That's it. Copenhagen, SoCal.
And then there's Produce Joe, who is, I believe, Sam Raimi's brother.
Ted Raimi. Now listen, this is just me. Ted Raimi can get it.
You know?
I love a nerd. And
Yeah.
I've always thought Ted Raimi was cute. But this is like, I love a goofy dude.
Uh-huh.
And he is so goofy in this movie.
Yes, a veritable goofball.
He only says like 2 lines. And the rest of him is just him jamming out to his Walkman.
Listening to the same song on loop for the whole
listen
movie.
to the same song and cutting produce in wildly unconventional ways.
It made me
Yeah.
think of how back in the 80s and 90s when you buy cassettes, like you could buy a cassette of a single.
Mm-hmm.
This goes back to
Mm-hmm.
like old 45s on
Yeah.
record players. But yeah, it's just the side A and the side B. And I bought a couple of singles that I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, love this song. And then you just listen to it. And that's basically what he's got going on here. It's just it plays side A. He fast forwards through side B and just gets back to side A, I guess.
I guess.
So that's basically the rundown of everyone in the store. I think we got to us all. We have 5 boys, 3 of which are brown hair and plaid shirts.
Yes.
But okay, so they get into this fight. It goes on and on and on. They're like, call the police, Jennifer. And then Craig runs and hides in the store. So now they've got to go on kind of a fruitless manhunt through the store.
A
Through the
real
labyrinthian maze.
lackadaisical manhunt.
Yeah.
I feel like the point of the manhunt that actually results in nothing is just to give us a tour of the places in the store and the
Yeah.
things that here's the places we're going to be spending time, right? So there's a ladder up to some attic. There
Mm-hmm.
is a butcher's cooler with hooks in
Yeah.
it. There is a deli slicer and bone saw.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's a
There's-
box crusher.
There's
There's
a box crusher.
There's a beer cave.
There's a beer cave. There is a like a conveyor belt slide area down
Yeah.
into the. Is that where the trash goes? That's where
It's like where you unload the boxes,
Yes.
maybe.
That's also goes to like, the vegetable hacking zone, I
Mhm.
guess.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it's all like, it's setting up the sort of mousetrap of the movie of like, okay, here's like somebody's probably gonna get crushed in the box
Yeah.
crusher. Somebody's probably gonna get hooked on a meat hook. And like
Mhm.
something's gonna happen with, all these knives everywhere. There's in the office, the like business guys doing the
Oh,
like
yes.
paper like that we
Yep.
don't really see these anymore
Yeah, paper
so
spikes.
much. But the
Yeah.
paper spike, this huge paper spike, it's like, oh, that's going somewhere in somebody.
True. And they fulfilled these
yeah.
promises, I think.
They really do. They like sort of check them all off the list.
Yeah. I do feel like a lot of modern horror has gotten away from this idea of, as you said, Iris, the mousetrap sort of setup. Like, let me just show
Yeah.
you all the pieces of the machine, and then at the end, we're gonna run the machine and show you how it
Yep.
works,
Yeah.
and we're gonna have fun with it, and it's gonna be a lot.
Yes.
It's funny. I back in God, when did it come out? Like 2019. When did the Fear Street series show up on Netflix?
2019, 2020.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
somewhere
definitely like
around
a COVID-y kind of time period.
Yeah, somewhere around in there. But yeah, that was I feel like there has to have been some element of that because that movie is primarily in a grocery, the first one, 1994.
Yeah, that's right.
And there is that one has the bread slicer, but to the same effect as the bone saw thing.
Yes. Yeah.
In it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know. It felt very similar. It felt like we had some inspiration from 1989's Intruder. Okay, so Craig pops up as Jennifer's talking to the cops. He's trying to grab her face and kiss her,
Oh,
but also
no.
there's this he's like, give me your money, and so she gives him some change, but then he drops it so he can try and kiss her. I'm like, this is a drug problem, sir.
I was more concerned that cigarettes were $1.30.
$1.30.
Like at the end, when like Jennifer's hiding behind a giant bag of popcorn that costs $3,
Yeah.
a pack of 20 cigarettes costs $1.30.
Yeah.
It was a different time.
I do remember when I would go to the store if I was with my grandparents because my granddad smoked. But if we were at the grocery store, I remember at one point in time him asking me to go over and get him a pack of Viceroys, and they just had the cigarettes just like on a rotating stand, like
Yeah.
sunglasses would be on. And you just flip through and like, there's the Viceroy, yunk, pull it out, and they were like $1.80 or something. Yeah, amazing.
My dad would send me to run into the store to get his cigarettes for him. And Why is a 10-year-old buying cigarettes? No one asked a damn thing.
No. It'll stunt your growth, kid.
But my breath is going to smell like menthol.
Mm.
Okay, so then when he assaults Jennifer, the other boys show up, grab his ass, and throw him out of the store and lock the door and just have a stare down through the glass window. Problem solved. And then the credits roll, the end. What did you think of this movie?
Hooray.
And I think it's important to note that Bill has the keys to the store.
Uh-huh.
That's kind of where we get that important information. And I gotta say, there's a lot of cool, like, we were talking about, like, interesting camera work. There's a lot of, like, reflections through this door. Like, the first time we see Craig, he's like, when Jennifer's out, like, doing the trolleys outside, we only see his reflection in the door. And it's kind of a jump scare.
Yeah.
And then we have this thing where, like, Bill is staring down everybody in the grocery store, or excuse me, Craig is staring down everyone in the grocery store, and everyone's kind of reflected in the door. I was like, look at them with their fancy lighting. Cool
It's very clever.
reflections.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was cool. I liked those. Sometimes there would be moments where they'd be talking about Craig and he would just sort of be in the background
I
staring
know.
straight ahead in like this very stagey theater sort of way. Like
Yeah.
it was like he was Banquo's ghost, in a production of Macbeth of just background like lurking, like while
Yeah.
they're talking about him.
He does a lot of lurking in this movie.
Yes, yes.
That
Real,
is
real
mostly
quality
what he
lurker.
does. That's
Yeah.
what he does.
That's on his special skills set for his acting resume.
Pro lurking.
I In watching this movie, I harken back to we used to do every Friday the 13th, we would watch a Friday the 13th movie in order. And I think we got to number 4.
Yeah.
And then we stopped because we were so tired. We had our friend Dan McCoy on, and we were just all tired. We
We're
were
like, what are
this,
we even doing anymore?
Mhm.
and you know what it is? And some people have asked if we would get back to the Friday the 13th because I think some of them get better. Not as films, but maybe as movie watching experiences. Because I think the thing about the last 2 Friday the 13th movies that we watched, or there was just nothing fun happening. It was just going through the motions of a slasher flick with there was no interesting shot. There
Yeah.
was no interesting
Mhm.
use of shadow. There was no interesting use of anything. And this movie is being interesting. Is it always
Yes.
successful? I don't know. Does it have really cardboard characters that are hard to tell apart? Absolutely.
Yes.
Is it just pulling out of the bag of tricks of 80s slasher bloody practical effects horror movies? 100%. But it's fun and interesting to look at, and those 87 minutes clip on by.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
Well, they get back in the store, and Bill and Danny, the owners, are there, and they're like, great job, everyone. Way to handle a situation. Can we have a raise? Actually not, because we're selling the store. You'll all be out of a job at the first
Oh,
of the month.
No.
I'll never get another job again.
I loved that. I was like, what?
I mean, I'm sure there's something here about like the 80s economic anxieties about small businesses, but it wasn't like
Yeah.
what was odd to me was it wasn't like we're selling to the big chain, which I feel like is usually it's like we're selling it to the state and
Yeah, they're
then it's
selling it
going to
to the
get
city.
bulldozed. It was a little vague about what was like the fate of the grocery store next.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll never get another job was a really interesting, was a really
Yeah.
interesting
I'll never
thing.
work again. You guys are my family.
Because there is something about living in a very, very small town, like
Mm.
small village of a couple thousand people in a really rural area. But I don't get the sense that's where they live
No.
because you have a bunch of young people working at a store. They're talking about having a party with a bunch of friends on Saturday night. There's in dating, and we all went to high school. And I remember this person from high school. I'm like, okay, you guys live in you guys live in like Thousand Oaks or some shit.
Yeah, they're like in the burbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this grocery store is like so deeply important to their identities, their
Yes.
careers,
Yes.
their livelihoods. Like, yeah, it's tragic, heartbreaking.
How old do we think these people are?
They're coded like teenagers, like high school kids, but they look 25.
College-y?
Yeah.
I was thinking like 19,
Okay.
Yeah.
like
Because I'm
not
like, when you're
quite
in
in
high,
high school, but not quite,
yeah.
adult.
I mean, they're
Yeah.
drinking beer like willy-nilly, so probably college agey,
Yeah.
right?
That makes some sense.
Sure.
So the other thing is Bill tells them after Danny walks off, he's like, listen, I didn't want to sell the store, but he owns 51. I only own 49%. But you guys know I'm one of you. Like, I worked my way up from cashier to owner. I'm like, what?
I'm the
Um,
cool boss.
Yeah.
I'm the cool boss. Yeah,
I'm a regular
he
guy.
undoes his tie, turns his baseball hat around backwards. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so, you know, now we're got killer cam outside the store,
Oh, yes.
nearing the phone
Dun dun.
booth.
Dun dun.
Uh-huh.
Dun dun.
And inside, Jennifer gets the phone call, harassing. Hello, Jennifer, you look so beautiful. Leave me alone. Snap. Oh shit, it's Sting. I think it's
Oh,
where
no.
it first-
Oh no!
You've been stained.
You got Stang. Okay, this is where we get the backstory that Craig had killed the bouncer at the club. I love Jennifer like equivocating here, being like, well, it was an accident. And I'm like, is it an accident that like your boyfriend got so mad at your breakup that he attacked
Killed
a man?
somebody? I also
Yeah.
love the story with Bub, where he's like, yeah, man, I was his friend for a while. And then, I don't know, he started doing drugs and then kind of like needed money. And then we got into a fight. My brother had to attack him with a blender. With a blender? Yeah, with like an F-20
No,
C,
Hamilton Beach.
a
Hamilton
Hamilton Beach
yes.
blender.
Do you think Hamilton
Crazy.
Beach like kicked in funds for this?
I
I
Do you
hope
feel like
so.
there was like a
I
real
really
product
do.
placement moment?
I loved that detail so much. I think if you're doing comedy, you can't just say a car. You have to say like a 2008 Toyota Corolla.
Yes.
Like, I
yes.
think it just specificity is so funny to me, and the specificity of Hamilton Beach is really
Yeah.
great.
Like it's just sort of a step below KitchenAid of just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
not the nicest kitchenware, but it'll
Mhm.
do the job.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only blender you reach for when you need to attack your
Yes.
crazed ex-friend.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna beat someone over the head with like my fancy,
No.
yeah.
Oh,
KitchenAid
no.
stand mixer,
Yeah,
absolutely
yeah.
not.
You could kill someone with one of those,
You could.
absolutely, but like I don't want to dent it. So
Yeah.
Standards.
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I won't hit you with the Vitamix. That shit costs
No.
$300.
No.
Okay, so now we're setting up. The whole movie is going to set up that Craig is our killer, of course, because we know his backstory. We know that he's outside. We know that he knows who Jennifer is, and now he's calling from this phone. Linda is going to go out. Did I get this right? Oh no, I'm sorry. The other thing that's going to happen is when Jennifer is like cleaning up on the aisle, she's in the toilet paper aisle, and Craig has handwritten on the toilet paper signage, Jennifer, I love you and I'd do anything to get you back.
Okay, sir.
Uh-huh.
Where like did he find a green pen? I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's like how romantic. Like the
This
toilet
is
paper like sale sign, just like
this
a
is the
beautiful
80s
love note.
equivalent of sending a text message.
Yes.
You would just write a note on any surface
And hope
Uh-huh.
someone finds it.
and hope that the person you intend to find it does.
But
And I love it. And we do get one of these quotes out where she's like, ugh, egg, and she throws it on the floor, and we get this cool like upshot of like her sweeping, like
Yeah.
literally like a sweep, swipe.
Yeah, like from the like you are the floor. A lot of like POV, like you're the
Yeah.
floor and now you're being swept.
Yep.
But and then there's like the broom like does like a wipe into a different shot. Like they
Love
like they're
it.
having fun with this
They
one.
are.
They are. Well, I kept writing in my notes backstage, but I just mean in the admin offices or like
Sure.
in the back of the grocery store. But backstage.
The staging area.
Yep. Dave is like, "Hey, Jennifer, I'm having people over on Saturday. would that be of interest to you to come over? And she's into it. So he's like, or maybe I could just ditch them all and it's a date and we could go out. Yes, indeed. So he's broken up with Carrie.
Oh my God.
He boops her on the nose as well, which was kind of an awkward move. Because listen, Jennifer is her emotional stability is wild in this movie. Like, I feel like it's always a thing in horror movies or just like movies where acting is maybe not like the front and center, is people have these wild mood swings of like, I'm terrified, now I'm totally fine.
Yes.
Yeah. But that
She's
also
like,
feels kind of teenagery too.
maybe that's it.
I'm just like, well, now the boy I like is talking to me, so
And
you
everything
know.
that happened before is now been wiped away.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now we are making out on top of the conveyor belt.
Yeah, it's really the making out on the conveyor belt is very, very interesting. Also, I find interesting like the setup to like the Bill character, who, spoiler alert, is our killer. But I think they do a nice, like, simple, basic job of setting it up, because at the very beginning, he's the first to want to go, of the owners, to go out and check on people, and
Yes.
they kick Craig's
Yes.
ass out. So you immediately are like, oh, he, unlike Danny, actually cares about the people. But as this movie goes on, I'm like, this man is unhinged. And I know
Yes.
they're setting him up as like the funny guy, but the stuff he does, I'm like, you need to just take a few steps away.
Yeah.
So
Well,
as Dave is asking her out backstage, Bill shows up and he's like, hey, I need cans of baked beans and pineapple that I'm going to do for a end
God.
cap. And he's
Baked
like,
beans and pineapple.
it's my fart blossom special. I'm like, what?
Fart
Uh,
blossom. Oh man.
well, okay, so thank God I'm unobservant because I think this would have deflated the whole movie. But if you look at the poster, it's Bill as the killer
Yes.
on the poster.
Yes.
Like on the streaming service, it has the thing, and I like didn't really examine it very closely. And then it's like that just takes all the air out of the movie of like, is
Yeah.
Craig the
Yep.
killer? Who's the killer? And it's like he's on the like the scary guy, old guy is on the poster.
This has been much talked about a lot about this movie.
I'm
Um,
sure that it has. Why would they do this?
It is super wild. It's like the original title for Sixth Senses. It turns out he's a ghost. Like,
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
been a ghost the whole
He's been
time.
a ghost
Yeah.
the whole time.
Sorry, spoilers for that 25 minutes.
I do like, okay, so Jennifer and Dave are making out, and horny Bill is like cracking beers and watching them
Horny
doing
Tim.
Horny Tim. Oh God, I don't even know.
You can't tell
Yes.
you can't tell
Yeah.
these guys
Hor-
apart.
Horny Tim is cracking beers and doing what 80s movies would be like. Just anybody be like, yeah, get it. Yeah. Like kind of just lecherously leering around an end cap. And then somebody's watching him, which I do kind of like that twist
Yes.
Yeah.
of like the watcher being watching
Yes.
kind of element to it.
But again, like the makeout itself is so like it's unhorny. Like they're
Yeah.
on the conveyor belt and she's like, tee stop. Oh, oh, for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And just sort of giggling.
Uh-huh.
I was more concerned that her hair was going to get caught in that
Right.
conveyor belt.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
seems dangerous
horrifying.
to me.
Scary. Like, of all the like of all the sort of horror hijinks that happen in this movie, that's actually the first thing that made me go like, ugh.
Like, no,
Uh-huh.
danger.
Well, we're going to get our first kill here because Linda has gotten a call at the store from her boyfriend.
She's getting out. She's off early.
Yep, and she's got some groceries. I sort of presume she's like, "Oh yeah, I'll snag some groceries and bring them home for us." And so she goes to put those groceries in the car. Again, a really great shot of her opening the trunk of her giant whatever LTD or whatever this boat of a car is.
Cabriolet or
Yeah. But when she opens that trunk up, it's a shot from more of the front corner of the car to her in the trunk. You see the shadow of the killer on the hood of the trunk. She hears the noise. Who's there? A shadow, a man, a knife. and then cut to a watermelon being cut up by Joe.
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent.
Great. That's a good one.
So,
Yeah.
so good. Okay, so, um, we're learning more that Danny's kind of a dickhead. He's just like bossing Bill around, sign these papers, let's get this sale done with. A photo of him and Bill falls off the wall, and he's like, meh, and he just throws it in the trash.
Well, it
Garbage.
falls off the wall and then gets cracked in half.
I
Yeah.
know.
The symbolism.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
This movie's really working hard.
Yeah.
So Bill slips outside, and he sees Craig trying to sneak in through this window on the backside of the building. And Bill's got his hammer, and he goes after Craig. And there's another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Yes.
8
Mhm.
sequenced of a
Yep.
fight choreo. Craig manages to grab that hammer and clock Bill across the side of the face. And I'm like,
Yeah.
he's dead. You're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what you're supposed to
That's
think.
what you're
That's
yeah.
right.
Unless
He
you saw
has
the poster.
no mark on his
Unless you
face.
see unless you see the poster to this movie.
Yeah. But this man will have no mark on his face at all
No.
from this hit.
Yeah. Like that would just that would like I feel like if he were a different character in the movie, you'd like see the hammer like cave in his
Mhm.
head.
Yes. This Bill is indestructible.
Yes.
He's pretty indestructible.
But I do like the hammer to the face, and as Bill's body hits the concrete, it cuts to Joe throwing a sack of potatoes onto the floor.
Mhm.
So good, solid sound
Yeah.
work, visual, very good. Someone slips upstairs into Danny's office and chokes him through the glass bottle of the scotch or whatever he's drinking.
Yes. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like he pours a glass of scotch, puts it down, and then we're like seeing him drink and get strangled through the reflection. I love it.
Yeah.
And then it sort of like knocks the lamp over.
Uh-huh.
And then this is very like Evil Dead, you know, Danny gets letter stuck. I don't know, letter spiked.
Yeah, the paper there's the paper spike.
Paper
Yep.
spike, and
Getting
the
our
blood
payoff
sort
with
of
that.
kind of like trails over the desk onto the lamp, and that kind of coats the entire office in this red glow.
Uh-huh.
Love it.
I was having like this made me wince so much, but I was at some diner or something many, many, many years ago when they had the paper spike for receipts. Right, so you
Mhm.
pay in cash up at the front, and they give you a thing, and then they take your receipt and they put it down on the spike. But I was watching this woman running the cash register, and she was just slamming those things down with one hand onto that spike. And you
Ugh.
kind of just got to know where your fingers split and where the
Mhm.
spike's gonna hit.
Yeah.
And it would every time she would do it, like I could feel my like eyes like blink hard, like my whole face contorted, like like two
Ugh.
hands, slide it down. Slide it down. Yeah, so all that blood pouring onto this upturned lamp on the floor, turning the whole room red, which I don't think is how I
It's
don't think
not.
blood would work like a
No.
gel.
No.
No, but it's cool.
It
It
looks
is cool.
It's cool effect.
I never tried it in theater. Like, can somebody we're out of red gels? Can somebody bleed on the slide?
You just
To stand really still.
squeeze out someone's tampon.
You're like, oh, cool gobo effect.
The other thing I love about this scene is Danny tries to grab the intercom mic
Yes.
and say like help, help me, but all that comes through is that loud squawk over the PA system, and everyone's just downstairs being like, "Oh God Almighty, it's so loud."
I mean, I feel like this whole act of the movie is going to be like something sinister is happening, and then another character's being like, "Stop it, you guys!
Yes.
Cut it out!"
Cut.
And then and then they get killed in a horrific manner. But it is like this. It's sort of the next like 30 minutes of this movie is just that murder. Stop
Uh-huh.
it, guys! Murder.
One of my
This movie is the
favorite slash
champion. Yeah.
one of my favorite slash worst horror movie tropes.
Yeah,
Cut
and
it
they
out,
just
you
do it like
guys.
3 times and like 3 or 4 times in a row.
Dave?
I know that's you.
Dave?
This isn't funny, Tim.
Also, how does sound work?
It's
Like,
a great question.
can
Such a
these
question.
characters hear? Because you have
Yeah.
somebody getting murdered like 10 feet away
Uh-huh.
in a giant room,
That opens up onto the rest of the store.
and no one can hear anything. Produce Joe, I'll give you, has headphones in,
Right.
but everyone else cannot hear.
Now you say that it does occur to me, here's the thing. The killer does end up being the murderer. The murderer is the owner of the grocery store. So maybe he soundproofed this whole
Could
thing.
have. Yeah.
Okay.
Could have.
Yeah.
I know. I don't think, like, I also thought the same thing of like, why aren't they hearing all these screams? Like, a grocery store's not that big and it
Yeah.
echoes. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like somebody's getting murdered in the beer cave, and there's no like it's open to the store, and there's somebody like 10 feet away stocking the shelves. I think you'd hear all this.
I could see
Yeah.
if you were behind the freezer doors how you wouldn't hear that because
Maybe.
because of the airproofing that they
Yeah.
have to do, the
Yeah.
sealant on
Mhm.
those that and the double painting of the glass, so it probably creates a soundproofing. But if you're just in like the deli, I mean,
Yeah.
that is just a metal swinging door separating you from the aisles. Is really what's
Yeah.
happening.
And we do get a little bit of a nod to this when like Dave is trying to signal to Jennifer later in the movie. They're like, the killer's right behind, Craig is behind you.
Uh-huh.
But you kind of hear it from the outside, and it just sounds like a low muffle that she went, oh, well, no, well, nothing. I'm sure everything's fine.
I watched this on Tubi, and the like little description blurb from it is like, like employees of a grocery store must band together to defeat a killer. And it's like, these kids are not banded together. They are all
No.
in separate parts of the store. Each
No.
of them gets extremely surprised.
What an aspirational log line.
Yes.
Yeah. Like it sort of promises almost like a Goonies-esque, like maybe they're gonna like set up traps or something, or like
Everybody
a Home
has like a
Alone.
different skill set that comes
Yeah.
into. They're like, oh, he's always chewing gum. I hate that. But then like he pulls
Then
out the
it's-
gum and
yeah.
it saves the day.
Absolutely not the case.
No, like they are so siloed in their own little workstations.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No one is even aware of it. Like this entire act is literally just individuals being stalked, being killed in some wildly creative ways,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
which leads me to ask, what's your favorite kill from this movie?
Ooh.
I mean, I think the bone saw across Dave's face got me the most
Oh God.
because he
It
goes
hits.
straight across, like mustache line across his face.
Yeah.
Like not the gum line. Like there's teeth up in there.
Oh. I have to say, for me personally, that one is good. I have to say, I really love Joe because of the rhythm of it. Because he is chop, and you just keep seeing the knife
Yes.
come up
Yes.
and down
Yep.
and up and down. And it's a fun camera trick because then they get you into the rhythm. The next thing you know, it's just chop, and you see head on Joe with the blade jammed in his skull.
It cuts his Walkman in half.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then you hear it like busted, like
like warped.
Yeah.
What about you, Iris?
Ooh, I kind of like the box crusher.
Oh,
I thought that
yeah.
was fun of just like
a good one.
there's something, I mean, the hydraulic press I feel like has had sort of a trendy moment with TikTok, and it was
Wait,
just
has
fun.
it?
Yeah, yeah,
What?
there's like hydraulic press videos. Have you?
Oh, yes.
yes, I think I have.
Yeah,
seen
yeah,
this, where
yeah,
they're
like
let's
people
press a
put,
bunch
like-
of Skittles
Yeah.
or yeah.
Yeah, just like putting a thing under
Crayons.
hydraulic press and like, yeah, just seeing will it
I
go.
thought
And this
you meant
is,
like kids were putting their heads in them, and I was like,
No,
oh no,
no.
I'm so glad I'm not on
Like,
this.
what happens if I put my hand in this hydraulic press? Hey there, YouTube.
Hi guys. Smash that like, smash that subscribe. I'm gonna smash my head. Let's go. Um, Yeah, no,
I
I like the
yeah.
stoner guy or the shaggy, like, yeah, he gets his and the whole time he's like, no, 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 and then you just see like scraunch this
Yeah.
like sort of wet puppet head just get
What
smashed. It's great.
about you, Cecil?
I think I have to go with Beer Tim,
Oh,
like who gets stabbed in the gut, but it's the lighting is really good.
uh-huh.
Because he gets stabbed in the gut and it kind of like sprays out into the light, and then it cuts to like a can of just like generic beer.
Yeah. Like it's Hofbrau beer or something along those.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
I
it's yeah.
also, in one of these grocery aisle fights, I did sort of make a note that I forget who it was because again, these characters are
Who
indistinguishable.
knows?
But they're like tangling in the cereal aisle, and all these cereal boxes get knocked to the floor, and there's a Frosted Flakes box that just has some children on it. And I'm like, where is gay furry icon Tony the Tiger? Has he
Oh
Oh,
not been
yeah.
invented yet? I don't know when
oh,
he like
maybe.
made his debut, but it was just a little like even now in the background behind you, Jeffrey, there's
Oh,
Tony the
yeah, yeah,
Tiger.
yeah.
But it was like so like I kept looking at that box being like, is that Frosted Flakes? Can it be? Where's Tony?
There must
They're
have been some there must have been some like at that time that they were making this film there they sometimes the cereal boxes have some kind of promotional thing, so maybe there was like
Sure.
a thing with Olympics or I
oh
don't
yeah, they
know.
used to do tie-ins all the time.
Yeah.
Cartoons, yeah.
Yeah, or kids shows or something like that. Tony the Tiger invented or first appearance 1952.
Oh
Oh
wow.
wow, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
Where
legend.
he's
was
old.
he? Maybe they didn't get the rights to him for this movie. Maybe
Maybe
Tony
not.
was like, I don't want to be a part of
Tony's like,
this.
I'm not coming on my trailer. I don't even get out of bed for $250,000.
Yeah.
So those are most of the kills. Honestly, I mean, Tim in the beer cave is good, but Randy and the butcher
Yeah.
is it's a good sequence because okay, one for advertising that this grocery store has the best meat in town, I really have to question what's going on back there.
Uh-huh.
He's like, okay, we got two lamb shanks. We got two of the thing over here. Yeah, we got two of the. What is? Oh, that smells gross. Gonna put that over there. What is this? And it's just like a hand.
Yeah.
Yes, this is also when you start getting the like killer having little jokes and pranks because there's the eyeball in the olive
I
jar.
yes, and he's
There's
Yes.
just
the
like
hand
eating it without looking at
packaged.
it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Later, Jennifer steps on an eyeball, and she's like, "Oh,
Ew,
Randy,
gross.
leaving your mess everywhere."
Whose eyeballs do you think those were? Do we think those were Linda's? Because we never saw Linda
Yeah.
die. Can't be
Yeah, Danny,
can't be Danny
owner
because
Danny.
Danny only had one eye
Oh,
left.
that's right, and he gets
Yeah.
I
poked.
think it was Linda's because I feel like at that
Okay,
point in the movie, I think we'd only seen Linda get killed.
Yeah,
yeah,
that makes sense. Um, yeah, this is this whole like
it
latter
happens fast.
third, the middle third
Yeah.
is just like let's just pick these people off one at a time. So
Yeah.
we've got Joe getting chopped. We've got Bub at the trash. Oh, Tim gets knifed in the chest, thrown in the
Yeah,
beer cooler. Bub
and
gets
split in two because
yes,
later he's the like there's a sign that says half off.
Yeah.
yes, and it's just his lower body hanging.
Hmm.
uh, yeah, Bub gets smashed in the hydraulic garbage
Yeah,
press. Like this is just one after the other. Randy gets grabbed and thrown chin first onto a butcher hook in the cooler,
yeah.
Yep.
and
So it's really just, and then of course
and
Danny, the manager, paper spiked.
paper spiked and later beheaded, and then this is Dave gets a little bit more time because he's the boy interest.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But he and Bub earlier were stalking on opposite sides of the shelf, and Bub kept knocking boxes over and annoying Dave. And Dave had lent him his box
Box
cutter.
cutter.
Hmm.
He's like, "Hey, Bub, throw me the box cutter again." And he
What?
does, but he left it open so it knifes him. And while he's in the bathroom cleaning up, he's like, guys, and there's a
Oh my
pair
God.
of boots in
It's
the toilet
Randy's
stall.
boots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are
Oh,
you
but then
doing in there?
so he looks at the boot. This is this with like the severed feet inside the boots. He's
Uh-huh.
like, guys, cut it out with the pig's feet.
The pranks
The
that the
pranks.
pranks at this place previous to this movie must have been wild.
Yeah, apparently,
That these people
yeah.
are so nonplussed with each other. They're like, oh, who cut off their hand and put it in the lobster tank?
Uh-huh.
That's so last week.
Maybe that's why they also don't hear each other and they get murdered because it's like, oh, there's Dave pretending to get murdered in
That's it.
Yeah.
in the beer closet again, like
we
beer
I've
closet.
said before on this show that red flags weren't invented until the 1990s.
No.
Because it seems like in
Mhm.
watching movies, it's not until we start getting deep into the 90s that people are like, wait a minute. You know, like Scream is a movie where like people are very hyper aware of horror films. But before
Mhm.
that, these people aren't even aware that like Craig is a dangerous man, regardless of horror film. Just in real life, like Craig is a
He's just a bad dude.
Yeah, you know, he's just a little rough around the edge. I'm like, no, it may be because of drug addiction, it may be because of mental health issues, whatever. He's a danger to himself and others. He killed a bouncer because he got broken up with. And
You should know this from his leather jacket.
I
I
know.
know. And
Clearly. And his mullet says
Yes.
no good.
people are just so incredulous that like anything could be dangerous to them at all.
I think we get like a glimpse into how this grocery store must operate in Bub's comment before he gets killed, where he's like, Tim, are you gonna wedgie me again? Well, joke's on you, I'm not wearing underwear.
The toxic culture of bullying has to stop because people keep getting axe murdered
That's
Yeah.
it.
unsuspectingly because
People
they
get
don't know.
pushed
Yeah.
into hydraulic presses
Uh-huh.
because they don't want to get wedgied. It's a slippery slope.
It really is.
When Dave when he goes to wash his hands, to cut it out with the pig's feet, he like hears noises up in the attic, so we finally go up that ladder into the attic, which is just filled with rubber Halloween masks and
Yeah.
Christmas signs.
You know, your average grocery store
Mhm.
monster mask collection.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Grocery stores don't have those masks. They
No.
have the prefab like flammable plastic things that say Superman on them, and then like
Well,
the flammable
you get
plastic
a
mask.
round trick or treat pumpkin, Halloween trick or treat
Uh-huh.
pumpkin. Yeah, and you would get costumes in bags.
Yes.
Well, maybe, I mean, this was the 80s. Maybe it was just a different time. They
Maybe.
sold like actually like
Maybe
pretty
so.
good. Like it's like I'm gonna go down, to the local supermarket and pick up my Wolfman mask.
Yeah.
Like
It very well
and,
could be.
I mean, isn't that the story of like, Mike Myers and Michael Myers in Halloween? Is that it was like a William Shatner mask? They're like, we need something, we need anything for this
Yeah.
character.
It's
And
like a
they're like-
Shatner mask that they turned inside out or just
They
painted
just painted it white.
white. Yeah.
But it was just what was on sale at the local drugstore grocery.
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, there it is.
All right. I'm
Sure.
gonna buy it.
I feel
Okay.
like as we're talking about it, I keep trying to justify so many of the choices in this movie, like in retrospect of like, well, maybe this is why that like absolutely baffling thing happened.
Uh-huh. Okay. Now so Randy then finally gets grabbed and his head sawed horizontally in half.
It's the placement that got me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, there's the we had talked about this I think it's in Scanners. There's a moment where somebody gets injected, like they jab the
Mhm.
syringe into somebody, but it's not in like the side of the arm. It's like in the meat of the palm where they
Yeah.
get it. And you can feel that as you're watching. There's like a visceral reaction to that pain. And yeah, the sideways across basically what would be your upper teeth and jaw. Like you can feel it. Like you can start
Yeah.
being like,
Yeah.
oh, I feel it there, as opposed to like just across the forehead. I'm like, not as effective.
I feel like because that's
Yeah.
where brain saws should go.
Yeah.
Not, I'm saying like if you have a brain saw at home, you're
Right.
probably applying it to the top of your brain,
Yeah.
not to your
Yes.
like nasolabial folds.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Love to hear about labial folds.
That's on our other podcast.
Yeah.
It's our secret podcast.
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
Yep. All right. Now Jen is on the run. We're gonna get. This is where we are at the height of. That's not funny. That's not funny. What's happening? Where are you? Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
gross.
The lights
Funny
go
prank.
out, cut it
Yeah.
off, you guys.
But then she finally runs into dead Randy on a hook, and now she is no longer cut it out, you guys.
Yes. Now we're in slasher territory
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah.
Like she's screaming, she's running, she's
Yeah.
crying.
Yep.
She makes some interesting choices
Yeah.
because a killer comes after her,
Uh-huh.
and the first place she goes is straight into the meat locker,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right into the only room in the building with no exit.
Uh-huh.
She
Wait.
does get a meat hook, so
Yes.
a weapon unlocked.
Yes.
But
Yeah,
then,
but
like, something surprises her, and then she tries to run out of the meat locker, and the killer was in there with her, because duh. The killer's trying to, like, reach out, and she kind of meat hooks the killer's hand, but not before Randy's body, which is on another meat hook,
uh-huh.
is just, like, dangling in front of the door, and she tries to use Randy's dead body to force the door closed on the killer's hand.
Yeah.
I don't think that that's how like a fulcrum works.
Yeah.
Like that's not how physics should be applied to this
No.
situation.
No. Also, there must be two ways in and out of this freezer because she runs into the freezer, closes the freezer, is
Mm-hmm.
in the freezer, and then suddenly the killer is
Like
grabbing at
next to
her in
her.
the freezer. I'm like, how did he get in there?
Yeah.
But anyways,
I mean, it's Bill's. It's Bill. Bill knows this story.
Yeah,
He's
Bill knows the
he's
story.
made like secret trap doors and
I
shit
guess
around this
He
so.
place.
he built it from the ground up, I think he said at one point.
Yeah.
Maybe he built it to be his murder palace.
I like that somebody this violent and unhinged in Bill could be like, I've waited until I was 45 years old, and now I just can't help myself.
Now it's time. Well, he snaps because he's gonna lose like
Yeah.
his whole business,
Uh-huh.
and he
He's
can't live without the
crazy.
grocery store.
He's crazy about this store.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
he's a king in his small kingdom, but his kingdom is his whole world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can tell by the stories he tells his friends before this, he's,
Oh,
he
oh
has a
my God.
loose interpretation of Gore
Yes,
and where it should go.
Oh yeah, there's a whole break room
yeah,
scene.
they're like
The
eating.
hamburger scene.
Yeah, because he talks about being like a former firefighter and like he and his buddies were at an accident and a guy was decapitated, and so like his one of his buddies who was like eating a burger went off to get it and came back swinging the head in one hand and eating a burger with the other, and everybody's like, "Ooh!" And someone's like sitting there eating spaghetti as
I
he's
know,
telling
right?
this story, like the grossest food you can see on film.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, ew, gross.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
Bill.
earlier when I was talking about the development of Bill's character. Because by the time he gets to the story, I'm like, you know what? I think I would just walk out of that store. Yeah, we're done. I don't need to work
Yeah,
here
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, he
yeah,
does go from like 0 to 900.
Yeah.
yes.
Also, just that nobody who works at the store nobody's really noticing that they are locked into the store even before all the
I
killing
know.
happens. Because that
Mm-hmm.
is a fire hazard and absolutely illegal to lock anyone into a
That
building.
emergency door being, I was like, oh no, that's
Uh-huh.
not good.
And he was a former fireman, so he
Yeah.
should know better about fire
That's
hazards.
right.
Fire hazard.
Yeah.
This goes back to have either of you ever worked in a grocery store?
No.
No.
I haven't either, but I have worked in a retail store at
Okay.
least. And
Yes.
so I do know a little bit about cleaning up,
Mhm.
restocking,
Yeah.
relabeling, putting out new signage, and throwing things out, going out the
Yes.
back door and throwing things into the
Mm-hmm.
dumpster, whatever. Nobody does anything. Like, Dave spends a good 30 minutes just restocking one box of detergent.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
nobody really does a task. Like, we see Jen mopping the floor earlier and cleaning the one cash register and
Yeah. Jennifer
counting up
is kind of the
cash.
only one who's actually working after hours.
Yeah. And Joe, because he's for no real reason like cutting the vegetables the night before rather than the morning of.
And
Okay.
he's just sort of wildly chopping
Hmm.
carrots. He like digs
Yeah.
into that watermelon like with his hands or
Yeah.
something at one point. Like it is
I'm just
sort of
gonna scoop this out and eat this right here.
unclear what purpose the vegetable chopping
Yep.
serves.
Yep.
And I also like to point out nary a glove amongst them.
Nope.
Yeah,
But it seems like
maybe his standards were different.
Your
it's like
your health rating is a D.
somebody would have been like, "Hey, I'm going to step outside for a smoke break out the back door, or I'm
Yeah.
going to take this bag out to the whatever the dumpster or something." But and notice that those
Yeah.
those emergency exits were locked tight.
No.
All right, so Jennifer is now running into every single dead body along the way, so we're getting
Mm-hmm.
full Scream Queen, Final Girl type of
Yeah.
action throughout this movie.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She sees through one of the windows like headlights outside of somebody pulling in. Oh my God. So, help, help, help. She's running to the front door, and it's just people like, oh shit, it's closed. And they drive away. But there's Craig in the store behind her, hooked to the neck.
Hook. How he survives this is
Yeah.
that was my like even more than the hammer to the head for Bill. But I was like there's a lot of important stuff up in your neck.
Yeah, yeah. But good for her though. She was quick on that draw.
Yeah,
Like
she
she
was.
no hesitation of just like, oh, someone's behind me, hooked to the neck.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Uh, yeah, she is a little too quick to believe that we're all problem solved. The
Yeah.
end.
Well,
Yes.
and Bill comes out and he's like, "Oh, look, it's Craig. We got him. Here, let me call the police." And she sees that he's got the
Got that
sort of
wound.
stigmata
Mm-hmm.
where she
And
got him
now
in
is
the
the
knee.
big reveal, if you
Hmm.
haven't figured it out or if you haven't looked at the poster already. The VHS box, I'm sure this, was that sitting on the Blockbuster shelves, Bill on the cover,
Hmm.
menacing. It's like, oh, no way, it was the grocery guy this whole time?
The whole time.
It was the man with the knife on the poster the whole
The
time.
What?
wow, it wasn't the bad boy in the leather jacket?
Crazy.
Uh, so yeah, he gives this whole she does the but why kill us?
Oh
Why
my
not
God,
just kill Danny?
But why?
I'm just crazy about the story. I guess I got a little carried away.
Oh my God.
I'm like, oh, full Dexter villain here. Like this
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
bonkers.
I do like the shot where like she's running from aisle to aisle in the checkout and he's on top of the checkout sort of jumping and you just
Uh-huh.
see like
Mhm.
his like it was
Mhm.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
So she's he's got his butcher knife. He's chasing her. She decides the safest place is behind a particle board
Oh Jesus.
popcorn
Yeah.
display.
Oh Jesus. That is
Okay.
that is porous
Yep.
and that is lit from the bottom so that her shadow can be seen on the ceiling.
And
Well, and also
also
like
there's liquid pouring under it. Like there's like
Uh-huh.
broken glass or something. So like liquid
Yeah,
is
they
pouring
broke a
by.
bottle of
well, and
wine.
it's like the blood from her shoes,
From
like
her
is being
nose.
washed.
Her
Oh, it's from her
bloody
nosebleed, because she's got a nosebleed this whole movie.
Yes.
Yeah, the nosebleed is never explained.
Well, I think
Oh,
it
it's because
came
she got punched in the
punched by
first
Craig.
scene?
Yeah,
Okay,
Punch
Yeah.
by Craig.
But it does come and go. That
She just
nosebleed.
the nosebleed she couldn't get it to go away. And the blood drips down, and then that's where Bill sees the blood coming out below the particle board popcorn display.
Hmm
He just
hmm
goes ham on that popcorn.
Yeah.
Just throw the particle board aside and just move on.
Nope.
Nope.
He is full. Like, it's one of those things where, like, it looks good on camera because it's a lot of stuff flying around.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
but attack, like, what you actually achieve from it is very, very little.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in the back of the store, backstage, she finds a couple of knives. So good
Yeah.
call. Get some weaponry.
Yes. Yeah.
And then he grabs her hair in the cereal aisle. But then she grabs a glass jar of wheat germ and cracks it on his head.
Yeah, get
Germ.
him. Germ his ass.
What? You don't really see too much wheat germ or bran anymore.
No.
Do you remember that was a thing in the 80s where, like, if we put bran or wheat germ in it, that is the healthiest you possibly.
The notion that a muffin was a really healthy breakfast.
Bran muffins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, I have a really good recipe for bran muffins, and I made them just because I was like, I'm gonna try this. They're not bad.
All
But I
right.
had to
Yeah.
search for bran cereal.
Really? Because I feel like I see bran like on boxes all the time. I guess I've never like really observed. I've not been on the lookout for bran, but I'm gonna, I guess, keep my eyes open.
Iris, we learned our friend Kyra,
Mm-hmm.
her favorite cereal
Yes, we did learn her favorite
and it
cereal.
shocked me because I was waiting for some like Cinnamon Toast Crunch or like a classic or maybe some kind of like new variation or Oops All Berries type of thing. But she
Mm-hmm.
said, was it called All Four?
Core 4 or
Core
something?
Four?
Core, was it Core 4 or like
It
it
was the
was
most like stepmom cereal I've ever heard of in my life.
yes.
But
Yeah.
it has like fiber and fruit and antioxidants and so I don't forget that. It's like I forget what it is, but
Huh.
it's yeah, it's got I don't know. It's got all sorts of things in it. Fruits and
Yeah.
nuts and flakes and whatever. And I'm like, I get that. I totally get it.
Yeah.
I
All I
get
could think of is like Elite Four from Pokemon, but I think that's
it.
where
That's my favorite cereal.
yeah. Yeah,
I'm gonna
that's a good
I'm gonna
cereal.
eat all those Pokemons. Well, Iris, what is your favorite cereal? I don't know if we.
Oh yeah.
I like Honey Nut Cheerios with banana slices.
Of
Oh, that
course.
Slice of
sounds
banana,
classic.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like if I'm feeling naughty, I do like a Reese's Puff.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes. We do the Nighthawk Cinema here in New York City, in Brooklyn, does a kind of monthly Spoons, Tunes, and Booze, so late night
Okay.
cartoon
Mm-hmm.
watching, and then you get a full cereal bar, and they've got
Yeah.
all of
Nice.
the things, and it's lovely. And yeah, we were
Nice.
at that a couple weeks ago,
Yeah, it's all you
and
can eat cereal. I had some Reese's Puffs. They had like a limited edition like lemon Cheerios that
What?
yeah,
yeah.
Lemon Cheerios?
Yeah.
That sounds decadent and amazing.
yes,
It sounds European.
it
It
does. It totally
does. It
does.
does. Sounds French.
But back when I lived in Brooklyn, my whole routine was used to have to walk past milk, and I would get the like Fruity Pebbles milk ice cream sundae, and I'd eat it on my
Oh.
way to the movie theater.
Oh, so good.
Okay. All right.
I love that.
Because there was like a bar, I don't know if it still exists, but there was like a bar that had like cereal milks or something where they would like steep cereal in milk and then
I
sell
think
that.
that might be them, or unless
Okay,
somebody
okay,
copies it. But
okay.
they would like take Fruity Pebbles and they would make the milk. They'd make the ice cream out of
Yeah.
that, and they'd make you a sundae with hot fudge and then like kind of like cornflake crispies
Oh my
Uh-huh.
inside of
God.
it.
Oh,
And
oof.
then it was like exactly the walk from there to Nighthawk was like
Yeah.
how
Okay.
long it took to eat the sundae.
Yeah, Momofuku Milk Bar was the first place I remember
That's
doing
it.
a cereal milk
Okay.
ice
That's it.
cream.
Okay.
I don't know if they invented it, but that was the first place I remember, like in the 2000s.
It was expensive, but it was worth it.
Yes, it was so good.
Hmm.
All right, so Jen is going to make a dash for the front door, and of course, it won't budge.
Of course.
Not even with she pounds that glass with a
Yeah.
fire extinguisher, and it
Yes.
won't
Yeah,
budge.
yeah.
I love the irony of Bill is a firefighter. The fire extinguisher won't break the doors, which are locked, which is an absolute fire hazard.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then suddenly a delivery man arrives. Hey
Bread
guys,
man.
I'm stab, stab, stab.
Love it.
I think that was the director. I
Yes.
think that, yes, I think
Yes.
the delivery guy. And I loved, I think this was a favorite moment of mine because Bill like stabs the guy, he like collapses, and then he sort of gives this shrug like, "Aw, shucks," sort of there I
Yeah,
go
yeah.
killing again.
Oh,
Aw, whoops.
I just had to.
Did I do that?
Just makes eye contact with her, gives a little like smile, like, uh-oh.
Yeah, he taunts her with the keys
Yeah.
to get out. And then later he's coming through with, I think it's Danny's head that's severed, that he's
Yes.
eating a sandwich with one hand, carrying the severed head with the other. He's like, it's just like that story I
Just like
told
the
you.
story.
Unhinged.
Yeah, he's really like full on now, like like
yeah. Goofy
like
evil.
yes, goofy evil, very
Like
much so.
when he has that, because like the head, you're like, oh, because when Dave was still alive and kind of exploring up in the attic, you see Danny, who had gotten a puncture through the eye, but still somehow manages to be alive, is like, help me. And Dave just kind of says, fuck off.
Yeah.
I got to go save my girlfriend. So again, we see Danny's head sort of poking around the grocery aisle. And we're like, how is this man still alive? Spoiler, he's not.
Yeah.
Because Bill literally has his hand up inside of Danny's head and is using it as a puppet.
Yeah. Yes, he is, in fact, he is puppeting it. It's
He's like, oh no, I'm dead.
very silly.
Amazing. Well, I do love this other moment where she draws the knife on Bill, but he grabs it from her blade first.
Yeah.
Terminator, this guy.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that's how you know someone has completely lost it. If they grab the knife with their hands. And like, I don't know, that's kind of scary.
It is.
Yeah.
Because that implies like pain, I'm beyond pain.
Yes.
Yeah, and as we'll learn by the end, like he is T2, like he is indestructible.
Yes. Yeah.
So, well, then Craig intervenes. Craig is not dead. He
Not
just
dead.
had
Hook
a
to the neck.
hook to the what is that? The jugular.
A-okay.
Yeah.
No, he is all
totally
right.
fine.
That's why you wear a leather jacket. To protect from hooks to your neck.
That's right. And Bill, for whatever reason, just like pummels him, but doesn't seem to kill him. Just pummels him. He's holding a knife.
But not before Craig can say, Bill was going to frame it on me. I got in through the bathroom window. That's how we'll get out.
Boop, boop, boop.
Important information relayed. Straight to the ground.
So Jen she climbs out she runs to that bathroom window. She hears information. She's smart. She's on it.
Yeah.
She gets to that bathroom window. Okay. You're in a store. There's a serial killer. You manage to break free. You find the one exit out of the store. And you climb out of the window. Now, this is a choose your own adventure.
Okay.
Do you run directly away from the building, like at a 90-degree angle from the wall of the building? Or do you run just perpendicular to the building? Do you just run around the perimeter of the building? Which way do you go? Run around the perimeter of the building or just run straight away?
Well, she's trying to get to her car, right?
Oh, is that what she's doing?
Yeah, I think she's trying to get into her car. Also, by the way, I just want to point out, nobody in the movie or here among us has made a serial killer joke.
I know.
Oh,
it has occurred to me a couple of times.
Yeah, which either I guess maybe it's a missed opportunity or maybe it's like, oh, that's too obvious.
I'm just not making that connection that you could even say that. That cereal,
you said serial killer
is like cereal.
It is like cereal.
He's made out of cereal.
Yes. He was formed in the cereal,
get to the car.
molded by it.
Yeah, I guess make a dash towards the vehicle. I just kept thinking,
Makes
I'm like,
sense.
just run.
And she's got the trees. But she opens that door and there's Linda.
Linda.
with
We haven't
a
seen her the whole
with a
movie.
16-inch cutting knife in her
Uh-huh.
chest.
Uh-huh. How long, if you had somebody coming over just on an average day,
Hmm.
how much advance warning would you need to clean up your apartment?
Ooh. Well, are we, because there's different levels of clean. There's
Yeah,
like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna
yeah,
just vacuum up the kitty litter and
yeah.
make sure my bathroom sort of give my
Yeah.
bathroom a little once over so it looks clean. And
Hmm.
then there's
Hmm.
like, okay, I'm actually like gonna get in the nooks and
So
crannies
like
Yeah.
and
30 minutes seems like enough
yeah,
time to
yeah,
just kind of do
yeah,
a quick
Yeah.
quick sweep, quick
yeah.
vacuum, make sure the bathroom's tidy. I don't know how Bill has the time to cut up all of these bodies,
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah,
get some of them up into the attic space.
Yeah.
yeah.
How he also has time to then take Jen, or not Jen, Linda's
Linda.
dead
Yeah.
body, put it up in Jen's vehicle,
In a
and then
locked car.
in a locked
Yeah.
car.
What's a Jeep? So,
It is a
Oh
Jeep,
yeah.
that's true. And then he is, by the time she gets to that car, he is already like hiding underneath the
mhm.
Jeep. So I don't know how he teleports, how he finds the time. Like, if I had to just sweep and tidy the bathroom, I need a good 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And he has done so much more with his time.
He's very
I mean,
efficient.
the grocery store is his place of power.
That's
That's
it.
true.
He
It's
Yeah.
like
knows.
I
Yeah.
joke with some of my friends when we watch the Fast and Furious movies of like Dominic Toretto cannot die so long as he is touching a car because the car is
Oh,
his object
yeah,
of
yeah,
power.
yeah, yeah.
And as long
Okay.
as he is in contact with the car, nothing can harm him. And so I feel like maybe this is like the grocery store is his place of power. It's his kingdom. So long as he's on the grocery store property, he can appear wherever he wants. He can do
Okay.
whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Like,
Like
you
no
know.
blade can kill him.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
But you catch him at the post office, he's
Oh,
super
no.
Oh, that's it.
vulnerable.
No.
He's
Yeah.
screwed.
Okay. I love that thinking. Object
Yeah.
of power. Well,
But yeah, he's
uh,
under the car.
he's under the car. He grabs her by her feet, pulls her all the way under the car and out the other side. And and he tries to chop her, but she stabs him right in the chest.
And she gets that knife from Linda's body.
Yep.
And
Yep.
again, no hesitation. Good for
No.
her. Just like, let's go.
Where'd you get the knife?
Surely he's dead now.
Surely. But no, she
Surely.
goes to the payphone to call 911, and then Bill's attacking again. How
Yeah.
is he alive?
And he like upends this phone booth.
Uh-huh.
Like, are
Terminator.
they expecting him to be the next big, like, Jason or Freddy? But, like, those guys have such distinctive looks. Well, he is like a Midwestern man.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
this is just a guy.
He just
He's
has
a
a
crazed
mustache.
killer covered in blood, but he's also kind of just a guy.
Yeah. Mustache and blue shirt. Like there's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
nothing else to it.
Like
Yeah.
just a middle class, working class
Yeah.
dude.
But like he's gonna join the horror canon, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, let's get him in space. Let's have him fighting, Jason.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Fighting
let's have him fighting the
Leprechaun. Yeah.
Predator. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, this is the guy. He can't die.
Uh-huh. Well, Craig shows up and then I wrote on my notes, hacks him to death with a cleaver.
Hmm.
My notes are incorrect.
No.
Because he hacks him many times with a cleaver to the head, to
Yes.
the neck, to the arms,
Yes.
to the chest,
Yeah.
to the neck.
Yeah. Like the vegetables earlier, just sort of
Cleaves.
wildly swinging.
Yeah, cleaves him many
Yeah.
times.
And then the police
Cleaves him through the hand, even.
Yes.
Yes. That's
That
it.
one
Yeah,
you
that
see.
was one of those like, ooh, like right between the fingers.
Yeah.
Like they
Uh-huh.
really make a show of that one.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay.
Surely he's dead this time.
This time.
Well, the police sirens happen, and then the police show up, draw their guns on Jen and Craig, freeze.
Well, it isn't just the police.
It's Bruce Campbell.
It's Bruce
It's Bruce
Campbell,
Campbell.
who got like high billing in the
Yes.
credits.
And the other officer produced like every Quentin Tarantino movie.
Oh, really?
Like he's the producer for like Kill Bill, Hateful Eight. Like
Oh
he's
wow.
produces a
Wow.
bunch of Tarantino films.
Oh wow.
Superstar.
That's so interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, they
Well,
they
yeah, you guys are
But
under arrest
these
for murder.
cops, I was like, this is. She's like, I literally called you guys. Shut up.
yeah.
It was him. And then like Bill just had, in his last dying breath goes, they're the killers.
They
And
killed
these cops are like,
everyone.
good enough for us.
Yeah, all right. That guy's got a leather jacket.
Bad
Uh-huh.
Clearly,
news.
yeah, he's got the leather
Bad
jacket.
news.
Bad news. That's a killer.
Bruce Campbell goes inside. He's like, it's a bloodbath in there. They're kind of like set up to be this Bonnie and Clyde
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
duo.
Yeah. Police brutality.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
We often ask at the end of many horror movies, or we just wonder, what does the police report look like? And this movie
Yeah.
says you don't want to know what the
How
police
do you
report
tell
No,
looks
people
like.
from
no.
this?
It's
I'm,
awful.
I mean, the impact of the move, the end of the movie, because literally we get Jennifer screaming and the camera goes inside her gullet.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Well, because as she's getting arrested, all of a sudden, Bill, hacked to death Bill, his eyes open
Yes.
up, and then she screams, and the camera goes right down her throat. Um,
Which is impactful, but I do feel
yes.
like this is going to be like cleared up like 20 minutes later
Yeah, I feel
when
like
they listen to
there's,
the 911 report and they're like, oh, that's her voice.
Yes.
yeah, or like there's gonna be fingerprints. Like I was thinking, like, there's
Yeah.
no way this can stick.
No.
No.
Yeah. Like they're
No.
gonna have a bad night in jail.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah,
And a lot of therapy.
and a lot. I know that's also something I
Mhm.
think about a lot, especially with these final girls, is like, God, the trauma of all this.
Yeah.
Like,
Holy
sure, they
shit.
escaped, but like, oh boy, they're gonna need some real, like, heavy
Like
treatment.
they're gonna have to talk it out.
They're gonna,
Yeah.
yeah, like, this is gonna be a tough one.
I do kind of feel like this might actually help Craig because
Yeah,
he's like, kind of terrible, but in the face of going through this experience, I think he might actually be pointed towards like, well, at least I'm not
yeah,
that bad.
Yeah.
yes, yes,
I need to
It's
change my ways.
it sounds
yes,
like Craig probably needs counseling because of the death of his father and
Yeah, he's got
counseling
anger
for
issues.
drug addiction because I
Drug
think the
addiction and
drug
like
addiction is
anger
driving a
management would
lot
be
of that.
my.
Yeah.
Well, what I was kind of worried about was like when Craig comes back to like save her from Bill, that she was gonna be like, "Oh, Craig, like
Yeah.
you
Right.
really were the one for me all along," which like does not happen.
No.
So,
No.
yeah,
Thank God.
good, glad, thank God. But I was like a little worried that that's where we were headed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't get the full whitewashed heroic arc for
Yeah,
this bad man.
yeah,
But there's something redeemable about his life, I think
yeah,
feels like the message
Yes.
of the movie. But she's not fawning over him, which was an absolute relief.
yes,
She's just getting arrested for something she didn't do.
Hmm.
yes.
And we go inside her gullet. Credits. The
End of
end.
movie.
The
Yep.
end.
Y'all, shall we rate this film?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, I'm going to rate this on a scale of 1 to 10 for how approachable is this movie if you're horror film averse. Like 1 being not at all approachable, 10 being very approachable if you're horror movie squeamish. I mean, I'm going to give this not very approachable. I'm going to say give Intruder like 3 Tony the Tigers out of 10. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I think it's really fun if you're depends on what your level of squeamishness about horror. Everybody has kind of a different thing that they don't like. And this is, I think when people say I don't like horror, I think it's this type of cut 'em up B movie slasher, creative
Yes.
deaths with
Hmm.
blades of sorts. I think this is the stuff that people think of. But the movie's fun. It has a great
Yeah.
time with its practical effects. If you
It's more-
love
yeah.
that stuff, it's cheesy. It's got all of the Sam Raimi type of vibe to it.
I will
Even if he didn't
also
direct.
say, I feel like with horror movies, most people are like worried about jump scares. And I don't know, maybe like I'm not like, I watch a lot of horror movies. Maybe my scale is off, but not a lot of jump scares in this one. Like
Yeah.
pretty straightforward.
Uh-huh.
Like here's some real gross shit.
Yeah.
And if it is a jump scare, it usually has a pun attached to it.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Yes, absolutely. But this movie's just having fun with form. Obviously content warnings for sexual harassment and assault, and then just the blood and gore throughout. So that's the rating, 3 out of 10 for approachability. To speak nothing of approachability, Cecil, how do you rate this as a horror film?
I had a good time with this one. I think this is kind of an unsung late 90s slasher flick, which apparently by the late 90s people were like, ugh, it's kind of where we were at with the Friday the 13th movies.
Yeah,
They're like,
late
oh
80s,
no,
yeah. Oh,
not
yeah.
another one. But this one kind of breathes some fun into it.
Mhm.
And once those killings get started, they do pay off pretty well.
Yeah.
So I don't know, a lot of fun, silly, and like 86 minutes long.
Yep.
Yeah, truly
So
not
for
wasting a
that,
lot of time on this one.
I would say 7 out of 10 Seiko digital watches in a lobster tank.
Nice. Iris, is there anything you would like to rate this movie on?
Oh, let's see. I mean, maybe like 4 out of 5 completely indistinguishable boys.
Hmm.
I love it.
Floppy-haired
Like,
brunettes
yep.
Yeah.
I love that.
in
And
flannel
boy,
shirts.
so many indistinguishable
Like
boys in
one of
plaid
them was
shirts.
the stoner, so I kind of knew,
Yeah.
He
you
was
know. He was yeah, he
blonde-ish.
was blonde, so the
Uh-huh.
rest of them all kind of blurred together
Yeah.
in a sort of, it became kind of a gory mess later,
And
but
this movie waits until that character has been in 4 conversations before somebody even says a name.
Hmm.
So in
yeah,
my notes, I'm
yes.
like, okay, we've got Blondie, we've got glasses, we've got plaid shirt.
We
Is
got
that the
Sam
same plaid
Raimi.
shirt? Is that the same plaid shirt? Is that
Yeah.
glasses, Blondie, plaid, plaid, plaid? All right, well, let us figure out what movie we are going to watch next. Cecil, you have a scare die, I have a style die. We will roll those up and see what movie matches those two things. If you roll a 1 on your scare die, our next movie's scare is End of the World. 2, it's a bad mom, bad dad. 3, a ghost. 4, wild card, whatever scare we want. 5, magic with a K. Or 6, an alien. What's our scare?
A 3.
Ghost.
It's a spooky ghost.
I love a spooky ghost. All right, so we're going to match up your ghost with whatever style that I roll. If I roll a 1, our next movie's style is black and white. 2, this is on vacation, something that takes place on a road trip, on a holiday vacation, whatever. 3, it's got to be a movie with a one-word title. 4, it specifically has to be a movie from the year 1991. Such a limitation. The only year we have not covered since the 60s on this show. If I roll a 5, it's got to be something considered horror homework, an essential view for the horror fam. Or 6, it's got to be based on a book. What do we got here? I have got a 3. One-word title, ghost.
Oh, fun.
Okay, I feel like we're going to be able
We've
to
got some
clear
strong
this.
contenders here.
Okay, so we tend to write down a list of movies that we think fit, but we also are at Random Horror 9 on Letterboxd. So if you want to follow our lists over there, you can read up all of the different possible die rolls and contribute to those lists if you would like. And because we have Iris with us, you can help us figure out one-word title ghost movies to pick. But let me go through
Oh.
quickly the ones that we wrote down. Pretty straightforward stuff here. We've got 1408, John Cusack,
Ooh.
Hotel Room. Spooky.
I
Haunted
just
Haunted
watched
Hotel.
that recently, actually.
Did you enjoy it?
I did actually. It's a good one.
It
I
is a good
really
one.
liked it. So, do you recommend?
There's another one on here that I wrote called Malevolent, which is
Florence Pugh.
yeah, this is a 2018 film. Brother and sister team who fake paranormal encounters for cash get more than they bargained for when a job at a haunted estate turns very, very real.
That happens all the time.
God
Those,
damn it,
those-
not again.
This is
This-
one of these movies that you find out has a super famous person in it, and you're
Yeah.
like, how did the okay, Florence Pugh starred in
Yeah.
this movie.
That's usually not a good sign, though.
I know. There's another 2022 maybe film called Nanny.
Oh,
Not the TV show The Nanny. But this
and
is
that's how she became Nanny.
This one looks pretty dark, pretty interesting. It's a Senegalese immigrant who moves to the U.S. for a chance at a better life. And for the son, she leaves back at home.
Ooh.
Yeah, she's working as a nanny for a privileged family in the Upper East Side, and the move and stress of her new life begin to impact Aisha as she suffers nightmares and hallucinations that threaten to unravel her new life.
Oh,
Scary. Beetlejuice is pretty straightforward.
yeah.
One word, ghost. There's also Kuroneko, the
Oh, yeah.
60s Japanese film, real spooky, real ghosty. Another spooky, ghosty, maybe not quite horror, but spooky anyway, is Ugetsu.
More like sad spooky.
Sad spooky. I think Sinister.
I put Sinister with a question mark because I'm like, I can't remember. Is it a ghost? Is it a demon? What's the deal?
Yeah.
But I remember it being really scary.
Okay. This is Ethan Hawke, right?
Yeah. Like he essentially like he's like a true crime writer or something, but he becomes obsessed with like this found footage and he keeps watching it and essentially it becomes obsessed and gets haunted / possessed or something.
Yeah. And then finally Pernicious, which is supposed to be an adventure of a lifetime as three young girls spend the summer in Thailand, but their adventure quickly becomes a nightmare when the trio unleashes the spirit of a murdered child with only one thing on her mind.
Is it murder?
Fun.
It is not murder. It's
Okay.
just revenge.
Well,
You know,
not
it might be
mutually
maybe
exclusive.
that takes the form of murder. Who even knows?
Yeah.
If
I guess you'd have to watch the movie to find out.
I mean, I
Well,
do like I always like a non-Western Ghost, other versions of Ghost.
Sure, although this is an American film,
That is true.
so
It's a bunch of white girls fighting a ghost.
It is,
Other country.
and a very non-Thailand name of James Cullen Bressick as the director. So,
Mhm.
all right, let's talk about what people on Letterboxd had to say.
Shannon C recommends Shudder from
Oh,
2004.
of course.
After killing a young girl in a hit-and-run accident, a couple is haunted by more than just the memory of their deadly choice. And is it this one? I think this is the American version. The original version, I don't think is available. Just I've looked it up before.
Okay.
King and Commodore recommends Presence from 2024, a film where the camera plays the part of the ghost. So it's kind of a ghost POV. A family moves into a new home, but their teenage daughter is convinced the ghost of a recently deceased friend is haunting her room. That sounds creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Just like a ghost looking at you the whole time. Monstrum recommends Fear.com from 2002. A detective and a public health researcher investigate a string of brutal deaths tied to the visiting of a website called Fear.com.
Does
Fear.
fear.com count as one word?
I think that's a little tough because
it is all written as one word.
Yeah,
yeah,
but there's a dot in there. Like that's
But
sort
it's
of a.
written out DOT.
Oh,
Like
Oh.
Okay.
FEARDOTCOM. One word.
I see. Yeah, you're
sure.
right.
In the same way that Beetlejuice is compound word.
Yeah. Well, my rule of thumb was, like 1408.
Yes.
I was like, okay, well, if you write it out in English,
Right.
it's whatever. My thought is if you double click on the title, it has to highlight the whole title.
Oh,
And I think this
okay.
does count.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
fear.com would count.
if you mash it together with no spaces, that's a one-word title.
Suspicious Beans brings us one that I know we've kind of talked about, which is Ghost Watch from 1992, a controversial TV event from the UK in the 90s. Ghost Watch is a bit of a cult phenomenon, starring real-life TV presenters, including Michael Parkinson, who in the format of call-in TV event, viewers are led through a live investigation of a haunting in a council flat. It was kind of a fascinating TV experiment. So kind of like a War of the Worlds
Uh-huh.
Orson Welles kind of thing, but people didn't really believe it, but maybe they believed it. uh, QPA Dupa recommends Beloved or Beloved
Beloved.
1990, Beloved 1998, based on Toni Morrison's novel of the same name.
What a great book.
Yeah, I read the book. Oprah Winfrey, Teddy Newton, Danny Glover, a haunting tale that really sticks with you for years after watching.
Like I said, what a great book.
Yes.
What a cast.
Yeah.
It is a great cast. It is real stunt casty.
Half Priced Horror recommends Zedder from 1983.
Huh.
Might be hard to find on streaming, but if you check under its alternate title, Revenge of the Living Dead, it's
Okay.
often classified as a zombie movie, but it's really a weird cult conspiracy thriller about secret places in the earth where buried bodies return from death. And no, it's neither influenced nor an influence on Pet Sematary, though they were made at the same time.
Unavailable for streaming.
Ah, nuts. Chrissy 410 recommends Presence from 2024. It's the usual family moves into a haunted house, but it's filmed from the POV of the presence.
Uh-huh.
Definitely a slow burn here. We got. Oh wait, we already.
Yeah,
This is the new.
yeah, that's
Sorry.
you got that one already.
Sorry, I already talked about
The
that one.
multi-recommend.
Yeah. Atheros recommends Ghost House from 1988. A ham radio operator and his girlfriend travel to the countryside to investigate a mysterious broadcast, and their investigation takes them to an abandoned manor house where they meet the traveling Dalen clan. And the two groups soon fall victim to the machinations of a ghost of a young girl and her demonic clown doll.
All right.
Hate it when that happens. Fifth Hammer recommends 1922. A simple yet profound A simple yet proud farmer murders his wife for financial gain, convincing his teenage son to participate, based on a Stephen King short story. And Deadstream from 2022, a disgraced internet personality attempts to win back his followers by live streaming overnight from a haunted house. Did we watch Deadstream, or have I just seen it?
I've seen it. We didn't watch it for the show, though.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a good one. It's fun.
Ace Diamond recommends Host from 2020.
Oh, yeah?
Made on a Zoom during the first month of the pandemic. A group of friends perform a seance over Zoom, only for somebody to fuck it up and invite a malevolent spirit to do whatever it wants to the whole group. And Tarot from 2024. A group of college friends unwittingly performs a tarot reading with a cursed deck.
Oh, yeah,
And
that's
now
how that
must figure
works.
out a way to free themselves from the original owner's spiteful spirit before the creatures of the cards pick them all off. And let's see, AM Christmas says, is it too on the nose or just Ghost?
Oh, yeah. Just
The movie
the
Ghost.
Whoopi Goldberg,
Does that count
Demi
as
Moore.
a horror?
They're saying the shadow demon things definitely scared them as a kid.
Yeah. We'll get a little fast and loose with the definition of, like, the like, horror adjacent happens a lot on this show. Although I would say, I think in general, this category is so rife with horror movies that I think it would be hard to go non-horror.
Yeah.
May I throw in my own recommendation?
I was just about to ask you if you would.
I don't know if you've maybe already watched this, but Unfriended.
We have seen Unfriended.
Oh, okay, yeah, because
Incredible.
that's a cool movie. The Zoom one reminded me of that. I'm like, oh yeah, that is a one-word ghost movie.
Yeah.
Yes, okay, then never mind. That's the only thing I could think of. I will say, if you do end up watching 1408, make sure you both watch the same edition because different editions have different endings.
Very interesting.
Do recommend the director's cut because it has some fun things that I think the other ones don't, and I think it has the most interesting ending. But yeah, that would be my tip if that's the one you settle on.
Okay. Well, let me ask y'all, was there any movie that we kind of named up from our list or from the Letterboxd users that stood out to you? Were there a few on there that really were like, "Ooh, that should be fun"? I had a couple.
Yeah. I think there's a couple, and they all seem like we have some good horror homework here.
Yeah.
In Kuroneko.
Uh-huh.
In
Ghost Watch and Shutter.
and Shudder.
Yeah.
1408 is like I've not seen it in quite a while, but it's quite good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But I think some of these like listen, I love Beetlejuice.
Yes.
But I
Yes.
think like we have like actual scary movies on here,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, that would I would classify that more as like a comedy, like a
Yes.
Yes.
spooky comedy.
Again, horror
Which
adjacent,
time and a
uses
place.
all of the
Yes.
horror devices in it, but
Hmm.
it to
Hmm.
real comedic effect. I will say, I think the two that stood out to me that I'm really interested to see because I've not seen them, and I think get asked for the most on these lists or on our monthly live stream. What movie do you want to see? Are Shudder
Hmm.
and Ghost Watch.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think those two come up a lot. Ghost Watch sounds really interesting. Could be a little stuffy, but everyone seems to love it.
I know. I okay, so there's a bookseller, my local independent bookseller. Every time I go in, she and I talk about whatever I'm buying, and she recommended Ghostwatch to me. She's like,
Mhm.
it is British.
What a good like it's
She is
ooh,
British, but she's like it's
okay.
very English, but it does kind of earn its ending.
Okay.
Ooh, I don't know about that one, guys. It's British. Ooh.
Oh. Um, so we could just like come up with like six that we would absolutely love to watch and roll a die.
I think we can do that. I think
Or
we
we
can
could
randomize
see
this.
if Iris was like, if we always defer to the guests. Like if you had
Yeah.
one on this list, you were like, I really think you need to see this, or I'm really excited for you to
Oh.
watch this. We would take that. That would rank over the
Uh,
die roll.
I don't know. I mean, because unfortunately, I haven't seen any of the other ones on that
Hmm.
list. Presence has been on my list for a while because that's also it's like it's Steven Soderbergh, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Mm,
Like
mm, mm.
um I don't know. I mean, I love like Tandy Newton. Like
Uh
she's
huh.
just I don't forget which one that was the one she was
Oh
in, but
yeah, and
usually if like
beloved.
she's in something, I'll be like, well, I'll watch that.
Uh huh.
I don't know. I there's so many good ones on that list. I can't decide
Well, let's
for
die
you.
roll this then.
Yeah.
Cecil, what do you think about this? 1408,
Okay.
Koroneko,
Okay.
Shutter, which
Yep.
is available for rental on Fandango or
Okay.
Canopy if you can get Canopy. Ghost Watch,
Yep.
Presence, which I think
Hmm.
might be streaming actually,
Yeah, I think so.
and one more of. Do we want to do
Uh, Tarot or
Tarot or there's also Sinister?
Sinister?
Is it a ghost?
Again, I can't remember if it's a ghost or a demon.
Oh, a fine distinction.
I know.
Uh-huh. Um somebody Ace Diamond had suggested Sinister.
Yes.
Um so there is that thing. Yeah, so Sinister or Tarot for the sixth one.
I would go tarot, I think.
Okay. Tarot from Ace Diamond. Um all right, so that's our six. I can roll. You want to roll?
I'll roll this one.
Okay.
That's a 2.
We're gonna watch Kuroneko, Cecil.
All
Yeah.
right.
We're gonna get some
A
spooky
classic.
Japanese horror. I'm so excited to get to this movie.
Have you ever seen
Um,
this?
I have seen this movie
Okay.
before, and I think it's beautiful and cool and spooky.
Spooky.
Spooky. Oh yeah, how exciting. This is an absolute classic, a real horror homework, a Criterion Collection find.
Hmm.
It's a lot of fun. So I'm excited to get to that. Listen, thank you all for being here and listening to our show. And thank you for Cecil. Thank you, Cecil, for talking with me. And Iris Explosion, where can people find you and your work in this world if you, in fact, want people to find you and your work in this world?
You can't find me anywhere.
Oh, it's so exciting for
Yeah,
you.
I'm off the grid. I'm not really on social media. I don't have anything to plug. So I'm just here to have a good time,
Love that.
honestly.
Success then.
I love that.
Well, if y'all have thoughts on Intruder or ideas for other movies that would have been good, what did we roll? One word title, ghost movies? Let us know at Random Horror 9 on Blue Sky, Instagram, or on Patreon, where we have public discussion threads for each episode, and you don't have to be a paying member to participate in those. So watch Kuroneko 1968 with us this week, and come on back next Tuesday for a new episode. Have a restful night with no bone saw to your mustache or nothing. Boo.
Ooh.